The Arjun is a third-generation main battle tank developed by India's Defence Research and Development Organisation, for the Indian Army. The tank is named after Arjun, the main protagonist of, and India's great archer according to, the Indian epic Mahabharata. The Arjun features a 120mm main rifle gun with indigenously developed armour-piercing fin-stabilized discarding-sabot ammunition, one PKT 7.62mm coaxial machine gun, and a NSVT 12.7mm machine gun. It is powered by a single MTU multi-fuel diesel engine rated at 1,400 horsepower, and can achieve a maximum speed of 67 km per hour and a cross-country speed of 40 km per hour. It has a 4-man crew, commander, gunner, loader and driver. Automatic fire detection and suppression and NBC protection systems are included. All-round anti-tank warhead protection by the newly developed Kanchan armor is claimed to be much higher than available in comparable third-generation tanks. Subsequently, delays and other problems in its development from the 1990s to the 2000s prompted the Indian Army to order T-90S tanks from Russia to meet requirements that the Arjun had been expected to fulfill. In March 2010, the Arjun was pitted against the T-90 in comparative trials and performed well. The Army placed an order for an additional 124 Arjun MKI tanks on 17 May 2010 and 124 Arjun MKII tanks on August 9, 2010. The Arjun entered service with the Indian Army in 2004. The tanks were first inducted into the 43 Armoured Regiment, Indian Army Armoured Corps, while the latest induction has been into the 75 Armoured Regiment on March 12, 2011. Viv Raghuvanshi of DefenseNews.com claims an unnamed official told him that nearly 75% of the 124 tanks with the Army are grounded. DRDO spokesperson expressed his view that if there is large number of tanks ordered, then there will be lesser issue of spares due to high indigenous content and less imports. The tank received praise from high-ranking Chinese military official who said Arjun is a very good tank and suited for Indian conditions. History Planning and development The DRDO, with its Combat Vehicles Research and Development Establishment as the main laboratory, was tasked to develop the hull, armor, turret, running gear and gun for the tank, with the power pack being imported. Although the development of the tank began in 1972 by the CVRDE, it was only in 1996 that the Indian government decided to mass-produce the tank at Indian Ordnance Factory's production facility in Awadhi. When first accepted for service in the Army, the Arjun relied heavily on foreign components and technology. Initially, close to 50% of the tank's components were imported, which included the engine, transmission, gun barrel, tracks, and fire control system. However, several of these have since been replaced by indigenous systems or are being supplied by Indian companies. Recent comments from Army sources indicate that the Russian T-90S will form the mainstay of its future force, despite the tanker unregistered trademark S performance issues in hot weather. The Arjun project experienced serious budget overruns and repeated delays that resulted in a development time of over 37 years. A complicating factor was that advances in technology and the threat environment in the intervening years led to multiple revision of requirements by the Army. While the government sanctioned it to the first $155 million for the initial design in May 1974, by 1995, DRDO had spent it to the first $3 billion on development due to changing requirements and inflationary cost increases. Production and deployment The Indian Army ordered 124 Arjuns in 2000, expected to cost $471.2 million. Early development versions of the Arjun were held by 43 Armoured Regiment, which were shown in display in the Republic Day Parade of 2001. The first batch of 16 production version Arjun tanks were received in 2004 and they were provided as a squadron to the 43 Armoured Regiment. The regiment was later made up to 45 tanks on May 25, 2009, making it the first Arjun regiment of the Indian Army. More than 100 tanks have been delivered to the Indian Army by June 2011. The latest regiment to be completely equipped by the Arjun tank is 75 Armoured Regiment, which was the last regiment in the Indian Army to hold the T-55 tank. Upgrades. As part of improving the Arjun to the Mark I variant, DRDO is continuing to develop new technology systems for MBT Arjun, in order to improve performance in areas like automatic target locating, tracking and destruction. The Arjun MKII variant is being developed in coordination with and with the involvement of the Indian Army and will feature several modifications that are being sought by it. DRDO has developed the Tank Urban Survival Kit, which is a series of improvements to the Arjun intended to improve fighting ability in urban environments, which includes defensive aids like laser warning, eye jammer, and aerosol smoke grenade system. CVRDE has developed tank simulators. DRDO developed a laser warning control system in cooperation with Elbit Limited of Israel to be equipped on the Arjun at regimental level. LWCS includes the defensive aids mentioned, and will help reduce the signatures of the tank in the battlefield and improve its survivability. DRDO is also co-developing the mobile camouflaging system technology along with a Gurgaon-based private sector defense manufacturer Barracuda Camouflaging Limited. The MCS has been developed by DRDO to help the tank reduce the threat of interference from all types of sensors and smart munitions of the enemy in the tank systems. The upgrade also includes a new improved 1500 horsepower engine. An anti-helicopter round is under development as well. Specifications: weighing in at 58.5 tons, the Arjun tank is significantly heavier than the Soviet legacy tanks used presently by the Indian Army, and required changes to the Army's logistics establishment, including new railroad cars to transport the bigger and heavier Arjuns. The required logistical changes have been made, but the cost of the whole project has increased. Armament. Armed with a 120mm rifle gun, the Arjun is believed to be capable of firing APF-SDS rounds, HE, heat, high-explosive squash-head rounds at the rate of 6 to 8 rounds per minute, and the Israeli-developed semi-active laser-guided LAH-AT missile. The LAH-AT is a gun-launched missile and is designed to defeat both enemy armor and enemy combat helicopters. In addition, the Arjun is armed with a 12.7mm AA machine gun and a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun. The Arjun can carry 39 rounds in special blast-proof canisters. The Arjun uses a manual loader and has a crewman to reload the gun. Although the Arjun was planned to be equipped with the Israeli LAH-AT missile, plans to fit it to the tank were later dropped. The missile has an effective range of 6,000 meters, but it could not meet the Indian Army's requirements of engaging targets at less than 1,200 meters. An indigenously developed anti-tank missile will now have to be created for the Arjun. Fire control and navigation. The computerized fire control system aboard Arjun has been jointly developed by DRDO with the Elbit, Israel. The fire control system is stabilized on 2 axes, and with an extremely high hit probability replaces an earlier analog one, which had problems due to its inability to function under the harsh desert conditions. The combined day sight from Bharat Electronics Limited and the thermal imager constitute the gunner's primary sight. The first batch of tanks of the 124 ordered by the Army will have an all-digital Sergom FCS, whereas the second block will have the Bell unit, which will be used for all units thereafter. The commander's own stabilized panoramic sight allows him to engage targets and/or hand them over to the gunner. The Arjun has an auxiliary power unit to operate weapon systems in silent watch mode as well. The tank incorporates GPS-based navigation systems and sophisticated frequency hopping radios. The state-of-the-art battlefield management system, co-developed by DRDO and EBIT Israel, allows it to network with other fighting units. The Arjun has the capability to network with other tanks, thanks to its battle management system. In a search and engage operation, several Arjun tanks can monitor an opponent and his moves, and try to eliminate him in a chase or ambush. Protection. The turret and glacis are protected with Kanchan Modular composite armor, which derived its name from Kanchan, Hyderabad, where the Defense Metallurgical Research Laboratory is located. Cansion is made by sandwiching composite panels between rolled homogeneous armor. This helps in defeating APFDS and heat rounds. Trials conducted in 2000 showcased the ability of Kanchan armor to protect the tank, even when hit at point-blank range by a T-72. It also demonstrated the capability to defeat HESH and APFSDS rounds, which included the Israeli APFSDS rounds. A new honeycomb design of non-explosive and non-energetic reactive armor along with nuclear, biological and chemical protection equipment, along with minesweeps and an automatic firefighting system are set up on the Arjun Mark II variant. Electromagnetic counter-mine system can also be installed to disable magnetic mines and disrupts its electronics before the tank reaches them. Signature reduction suite is also available for this design to reduce the probabilities of the object to be detected by infrared, thermal, and radar bands. The planned improvements include electro-optical IR dazzlers, laser warning receivers, aerosol grenade discharging systems and a computerized control system among few. The tank is fitted with infrared jammer, laser rangefinders and designators are used in navigation, observation systems and sensors, real-time command and beyond vision range target engaging. Advanced fire control system is linked to a millimeter band radar system, laser rangefinder, crosswind sensor and IR and radiometer sensors on board. The millimeter band radar system mounted on the turret is capable of operating as a missile approach warning system and also has a radar warning receiver and radar jammer. 4 all-bearing laser warning receivers for the new fire control system enables the Arjun is capable of shooting down helicopters. Battle management system has a panoramic sight with the commander's station equipped with 8 periscopes for 360-degree vision. Commander's independent thermal viewer, weapon station, position navigation equipment, and a full set of controls and displays have been linked by a digital data bus for improved fire control system. The tank is fitted with digital maps, improved cooling system to compensate for heat generated by the additional computer systems, FBCB2 capabilities, new radars, EW systems, C4ISR systems, gun control system integrated battlefield management system and active protection system. A mobile camouflage system has been developed and integrated into the Arjun as part of the development of defensive aids system project in collaboration with Barracuda Camouflage Limited, to reduce the vehicle signature against all known sensors and smart munitions. An advanced laser warning countermeasure system for the fire control system has been developed. This consists of a laser warning system, infrared jammer and aerosol smoke grenade system. This is being developed jointly with Elbit Systems Limited of Israel. The ALWCS has been integrated on Arjun MBT and trials have been carried out. Mobility the engine and transmission are provided by German companies MTU and Renk respectively. The water-cooled engine generates 1,400 horsepower and is integrated with an Indian turbocharger and epicyclic train gearbox with 4 forward and 2 reverse gears. A local transmission is under trials and it is envisioned to ultimately replace the Renk-supplied unit. The tracks which were being supplied by German company DIL are now being manufactured by L&T. The cooling pack has been designed for desert operations. The Arjun has a lower ground pressure than the lighter T-72, due to its design. The Arjun features a hydro-pneumatic suspension. This coupled with the Arjun's stabilization and fire control system allows the tank excellent first hit probability against moving targets while on the move. Its ride comfort is highly praised. Though on the negative side, it is a more maintenance-intensive and expensive system, even if more capable than the simpler and cheaper torsion bar system utilized on many older tanks worldwide. During trials, the Arjun showcased its fording capability, by driving under 1.8 meters of water for 20 minutes. A new 1,500 horsepower engine is being developed that will eventually replace the present engine. An allocation of it to the first 400 million has been allocated for the project which is expected to be completed within 5 years. Trials and exercise. In 1988 to 1989 2 prototypes underwent automotive trials, which revealed major deficiencies in mobility, engine, and transmission. The prototypes that underwent extensive mobility and armament trials, in 1996 and 1997 were found to perform below the acceptable standards, and deficiencies were listed in the following areas: accuracy of gun at battle ranges, mission reliability, ammunition lethality, containerization of ammunition bin, emergency traverse, fire control system unable to function in temperatures above 42 degrees Celsius. The Arjun faced persistent problems of overheating, and that tanker unregistered trademark S main subsystems, the fire control system, the suspension system, integrated gunner unregistered trademark S main sight, which includes a thermal imager and laser rangefinder, which were rendered erratic and useless by the abnormally high peak internal temperature of beyond 55 degrees Celsius in India. However, Major General H.M. Singh, a director in charge of trial and evaluation, said the user field trial report had certified the accuracy and consistency of the weapons system. The Arjun tank was fielded during the Ashwamedha exercise in the deserts of Rajasthan in 2007. The Army cited several deficiencies that included deficient fire control system, inaccuracy of its guns, low speeds in tactical areas, and persistent inability to operate in temperatures over 50 degrees Celsius. In the 2007 winter trials, the Indian Army deemed Arjun's performance unsatisfactory, including at least 4 engine failures, leading the DRDO to suggest that the unsatisfactory performance of the engine during the winter trials was due to sabotage. The auxiliary user reliability trials of the Arjun MBT were conducted from September 2007 to summer of 2008. The Army reported that during the accelerated user reliability trials, the Arjun was found to have failure of power packs, low accuracy and consistency, failure of hydro-pneumatic suspension units, shearing of top rollers and chipping of gun barrels. However, a later report published by the Government of India confirmed the success of the trial. The tank had been evaluated by an unknown reputed tank manufacturer who said that the Arjun had excellent mobility and firepower characteristics. DRDO installed an instrument to function as a black box in the Arjun, following allegations of attempts to sabotage its engine. Subsequently, in September 2008, the Indian Army signed a deal with Russia to import 347 T-90 tanks and license build a further 1,000. Transfer of key T-90 technologies had also been agreed upon as a part of the deal. In 2008, the Indian Army announced plans to acquire an entirely new main battle tank unrelated to the Arjun, to be inducted after 2020. The Indian Army held an international seminar on future MBTs, during which the parameters and requirements of this future MBT were identified. As a result, Russia offered to team with India on developing this future tank. In a testimony to the Indian Parliament in 2008, the Defence Minister said that Army had indicated Arjun's performance as satisfactory and they will enter service with 140 Armoured Brigade at Jaisalmer. A comparative trial was conducted by the Indian Army in March 2010, in which the Arjun was pitted against the T-90. The trial pitted one squadron of Arjuns against an equal number of T-90s. Each squadron was given 3 tactical tasks. Each involved driving across 50 kilometers of desert terrain and then shooting at a set of targets. Each tank had to fire at least 10 rounds, stationary and on the move, with each hit being carefully logged. In total, each tank drove 150 kilometers and fired between 30 to 50 rounds. The trials also checked the tank's ability to drive through water channels 1.5 to 1.8 meters deep. A Ministry of Defense press release reported that the Arjun demonstrated excellent performance under various circumstances, such as driving cross-country over rugged sand dunes, detecting, observing and quickly engaging targets, accurately hitting targets both stationary and moving, with pinpointed accuracy. It displayed accurate and quick target acquisition capability during day and night in all types of weather and shortest possible reaction time during combat engagements. Variants: BIM-SPH, a 155 mm self-propelled howitzer variant of the Arjun has been prototyped by fitting the South African Denel T6 turret, which comes with a G5 howitzer to the Arjun chassis. This project has been delayed as Denel has become embroiled in a corruption scandal in India, and hence the Indian Ministry of Defence has suspended the BIM 130mm catapult. The Indian Army wants to place the 130mm catapult system on Arjun chassis. The trials were successfully concluded, and it also found that the new system fared better than the M46 catapult on the Vijayata chassis in terms of mobility and the ability to absorb shocks during firing charged rounds. The system is also fitted with night vision systems and fire suppression systems available on the Arjun. An order of 40 systems will be placed by the Indian Army. A bridge layer tank based on the Arjun chassis has also been displayed by the DRDO. Developed in cooperation with Indian industry, this bridge layer is deemed superior to the T-72-based units, as it can handle a larger load and uses a scissors-type bridge laying method, which does not raise the bridge high up into the air, and hence make it visible from afar. The R&D did this by replacing the tanker Euro-1 registered trademark S-gun and turret with the bridge launcher. The bridge is cantilevered over chasms or across rivers to cover a distance of 26 m with a width of 4 m. The BLT Arjun carries two halves of a bridge. At a wet or dry gap, the launcher slides the two parts and docks them to each other in such a way that the far end of the second half touches the other bank. The BLT then crosses the bridge, turns around, retrieves the bridge after undocking its two halves, folds it and is ready to move with the armored column. Armored engineering vehicles based on the Arjun are also assumed to be in development, as the Arjun induction will require units of a similar power-to-weight ratio or powerful enough to tow it, or recover it on the battlefield. Tank X, a new tank obtained by coupling a T-72 chassis and an Arjun turret. Only prototypes have been built so far. An NSVT Arjun simulator comprising a driving simulator and turret simulator are being developed for troop-level training. Arjun Mk2. The Arjun Mark II is an advanced third-generation tank. Its development was completed in 2 years owing to experience gained from developing the first version. It has outclassed the T-90 during comparative trials. Regarding the trials, a Ministry of Defence press release reported, after many years of trial and tribulation it has now proved its worth by its superb performance under various circumstances, such as driving cross-country over rugged sand dunes, detecting, observing and quickly engaging targets, accurately hitting targets both stationary and moving, with pinpointed accuracy. Its superior firepower is based on accurate and quick target acquisition capability during day and night in all types of weather and shortest possible reaction time during combat engagements. The fire control system of the new tank has a hit probability over 90%, when firing on the move. The new tank also has improved communication systems and new navigation system. Arjun Mark II has a total of 93 upgrades, including 13 major improvements. The major upgrades are missile firing capability against long-range targets, panoramic sight with night vision to engage targets effectively at night, containerization of the ammunition, enhanced main weapon penetration. Additional ammunition types, explosive reactive armor, an advanced air defense gun to engage helicopters. A mine plow, an advanced land navigation system and a warning system which can fire smoke grenades to confuse laser guidance. Other upgrades are an enhanced auxiliary power unit providing 8.5 kW and an improved gun barrel, changes in the commander's panoramic sight with eye-safe LRF, night vision capability including for driver, digital control harness, new final drive, track and sprocket. The Arjun Mk2 has an advanced hydro-pneumatic suspension system which provides very good comfort to the crew. This tank is also fitted with auxiliary power unit which powers all systems when the main engine is turned off, and it can be also fitted with a mine plow. The new variant possesses superior missile firing capabilities and can fire missiles accurately up to a range of 2 kilometers. Arjun tank hull and turret has been modified to achieve the target weight of about 55 tons from 59 to 64 tons. Elbit is helping to enhance its firepower and battlefield survivability, and Israel Military Industries is helping to augment Arjun Mk Euro-1 registered trademark S mobility, redesign its turret and hull and improve its production line processes. Protection was improved by using improved Kanchan armor, along with the locally developed explosive reactive armor modules in the turret. The tank underwent developmental trials in 2012, at Rajasthan's Pokhran field firing range, which continued for 2 months with a focus on 19 parameters. DRDO started production of 124 Arjun Mark II tanks for the Indian Army after the success of these trials. The tank commander's thermal imaging night sight, the tank's operation in hunter-killer mode, the tank's missile firing capability from its main gun, and a laser missile warning and countermeasure system were among the crucial upgrades that will be tested. The Mark II version completed most user trials in 2012 and 2013 and displayed impressive performance. The new features of the modified 55-ton Arjun Mark II received favorable responses. In August 2014, the Apex Defense Acquisition Council renewed a Rs 6,600 crore clearance for 118 Arjun Mark II tanks. The United Progressive Alliance government had already cleared 118 Arjun Mark IIs. That clearance had expired since the Army has been evaluating the prototype tank for 2 years. The renewal allows the Army to order the tanks from Heavy Vehicles Factory, Avadi, when trials are completed. Further support was extended to the Arjun tank project through the clearance of 40 self-propelled artillery guns, worth Rs 820 crore. This gun system, termed a catapult, consists of a 130mm gun mounted on an Arjun tank chassis, allowing it to keep up with tank columns and provide them fire support in battle. FMBT, Future MBT, was originally a new tank design that was to be developed from scratch for induction in 2025 and beyond. The FMBT and the program would have focused on weight reduction in the design and was to be a lighter tank of 50 tons. However, the idea was dropped as no major breakthrough technology was realized in tank design that needed a complete design from scratch. As such, it was decided to take the Arjun Mk2 and upgrade the tank with new upgrades. Future tanks are expected to be based on the Arjun and will incorporate new technologies just as most other tanks. One of the concepts of FMBT disclosed by Dr. Avinash Chandra is to explore the possibility of a 2-man crew, sub-50-ton tank with higher armor protection than Arjun Mk2. He said that DRDO is currently doing feasibility study of utilizing the fighter aircraft's digital cockpit and weapons management systems. It can be assumed that this planned FMBT would have a fully automatic turret, larger ammunition storage, V-hull and smaller dimensions. Driver and commander role would be retained for the 2 crews planned, with duplicated controls, with the gunner-loader roles completely automated. Operators, India, Indian Army. 124 Mk1 tanks in service and 118 Mk2 tanks decided for purchase. 4130mm M46 catapults based on Arjun chassis. See also: Related development, Tank X, related lists, list of main battle tanks by generation, list of main battle tanks by country. Tanks of comparable role, performance and era equals, Challenger 2, British main battle tank, Ariete, Italian main battle tank, AMX Lekoluk, French main battle tank, PT-91M, Polish main battle tank, Type 99, Chinese main battle tank, Type 96A, Chinese main battle tank 3000, Chinese main battle tank, Al-Khalid, Pakistan main battle tank, T-80, Soviet main battle tank, T-90, post-Soviet Russian main battle tank, T-84, post-Soviet Ukrainian main battle tank, Type 90 Kayamara, Japanese main battle tank, Type 10, Japanese main battle tank, M1 Abrams, U.S. main battle tank, Leopard 2, German main battle tank, K-188 tank, South Korea main battle tank, Altay Turkish main battle tank, Merkava, Israeli main battle tank. References. Details and specs of Arjun tank is submitted on defensetalk.net also. http www.defenseaviaasia.com/204/main battle tanks in Asia. External links: Arjun MBT at indian-military.org, Arjun MBT project, reports of the Standing Committee on Defense, 14 Arjun main battle tanks delivered to the Army, accuracy of weapon system proved beyond doubt, Arjun induction, move to support indigenization process, in the Hindu, Arjun to roll out on August 7, in the Hindu, Bhishma handed over to Army, about India's T-90S tanks, in the Hindu, history of Arjun tank development, in Frontier India Defence and Strategic News Service, Arjun photos, Arjun MBT vs T-90S specifications, Arjun MBT weight implications, the advent of Arjun. Arjun order, Shaikla, Ajay. The Arjun battle tank acquires a growing fan club. New Delhi, Business Standard.